Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is my channel Ladybug Stitches. Today is February 10th and this is Flosstube number 24. I have a wide range of stuff that I want to share with you guys today, and I'm going to be starting with a finish. So I worked really hard to get a finish for you guys, and I really wanted to get this whip off of my whip list, and I am so happy that I was able to get it done. And it is da-da-da-da, Buzz of the Bees by Stitching with the Housewives. It is such a cute chart, and I am so happy that I was able to finish this. It is gorgeous. I'm gonna lose my needle, I think. I love it so much. It is so pretty. Oh my gosh. This is stitched on a 14 count purple and brown that I dyed. And I did not use the called for colors, I just used what I had, and it is gorgeous. I love looking at it so much. I really wanted to get it done because my cousin and I want to go to Michael's one day, and I want to get a finishing piece for this while the spring stuff is out. I might have to wait for Easter for more Eastery kind of stuff, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to try to look when I go to Michael's to see if I can find anything, and I want something really special for this piece because it is gorgeous. I could probably stare at this all day. I'm so excited. I want to get this out for spring this year. I think this is springy, right? Because there's a chick, but there are sunflowers, so I'm not quite sure, but I think I'm going to put this out for spring because it's just so pretty. Okay, enough of that. I have to finish it now before spring. Okay, that is my only finish, but I do have some non-stitchy finishes. These past couple weeks I've been working on finishing a lot of projects that I have started and just never did anything with. I have a whole basket of things that I have to get done that is not stitching related. I come up with a lot of ideas that I really just want to see come to fruition, and then I kind of just set them aside and never do anything with them for some reason. So I do want to share those. The first one, I'm going to actually show you a finish that I did I think last year, and then I did something very similar to this. So I was trying to work with some glass. I had gotten a lot of panes of glass from my grandparents' farm. They were old barn window panes. The new owners don't eat them because the barn burned down, so there's no panes to replace. So I wanted to do something with them. So I have a knack for finding four-leaf clovers, and I wanted to preserve them somehow. So I usually just put them in a notebook or on a scrapbook piece of paper, and I put it in my scrapbook, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I took two pieces of glass, I cut them to the same size, and then I put the four-leaf clover in the middle of the glass. Hopefully you can see that. And then I put some gold, I don't know what it is, it's like gold tape or something. I put that around the outside, and then I added a little wire to the top. Okay, sorry about that. But while I was taking a break, I remembered something about this piece that is very important that I shouldn't forget. I actually found this four-leaf clover in the cemetery where my grandparents are buried, so it is extra special to keep preserved. I'm trying to it's glass, so I'm trying to get it to so you can see the four-leaf clover there without reflecting the whole room. Anyway, I do keep this in my craft room. I have a wall of all my cross stitch. I have all of my like non-seasonal pieces hanging up on the wall in picture frames, and I have a couple other things that I have tucked in there as well, and this is one of the things I have tucked up in there. And I think it is so pretty, and I'm so glad to be able to display it on my wall. So that was last year. And then this year, I was going through all my stuff in my closet, and I found a 5-leaf clover that I had saved for some reason. I think I wanted to do something with it, and then I just never decided what I wanted to do with it. So I had this piece of glass that I had cut as well, and it's got just a rounded top. I was just kind of messing around with cutting glass, and I didn't have another piece to go with this. So it's just one piece of glass, and I didn't really know what to do with one piece of glass. I didn't want to cut another piece of glass, so I did not want to know what to do with it, but I finally decided that I would get a piece of scrapbook paper and put it on the back. So it's like this little paisley kind of pattern. And then I put the 5-leaf clover on top of that, and then I put the glass on top of that, and then I put this, it's like coppery foiling tape kind of stuff. I put that on the sides, and then I put a floral green wire on the top to hang it from. So it just hangs like that, and I'm gonna put it on my wall as well. My wall kind of ran out of room, so I had to start a new wall, so this is gonna go in the new wall. And then I had one more piece of glass that I needed something to do with, and I had this little piece of paper that I had taken out of a book. The book was getting tossed. It was not in good condition and nobody wanted it anyway, so I found this quote that was on one of the first few pages, and I really liked the quote. So I did save that, and I decided to put it in this glass. And the quote says, "If I should pass the tomb of Jonah, I would stop there and sit for a while, because I was swallowed one time deep in the dark and came out alive after all." It is from Carl Sandburg in Losers. I'll just hold it there for a minute if you guys want to read it again. You can pause it. So I just put this piece of paper, I cut it to the size of the glass, and I put it on the back, and then I put some more of that coppery foil around it, and then I put a little wire on the back to hang it. So it's a bit of an invisible hang. It'll be like that. I probably should have put another piece of paper on the back instead of just taping it to the actual piece of paper that has the quote on it, but you live and you learn, I guess. So I think that's really cute, and I will also be adding that to my wall. So I love poem and poetry, and I would love to get more poems like that to hang up on my wall as well. Okay, still going with the finishes here. I had gotten these little maple syrup bottles. They did have syrup in them. I think my aunt went to Vermont and she found these jars in a set of 4 with 4 different kinds of maple syrup. I could be wrong on that. That could be another set that I have. I can't remember, because I think it came in a set of 4 and I could only find 2. So I'm not sure what happened to the other 2. Maybe they still have syrup in them. It possibly could. But these were just clear glass, and then I took some Mod Podge and some brown paint, and I painted them on them, so it kind of looks like maple syrup, I guess. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to add a different look to them. And then I painted the tops black because they were white and I just didn't think they went too well. What I'm thinking is I might go on Canva and design a little label that's some kind of maple syrup kind of label, and then I want to put this out in my fall display because I think that would be really cute. So I love adding little pieces to my decorations that are not stitching, and there's something a little bit different, like that snowman back there, something a little bit different to add a little pop, you know? So these are not technically done, but they are done enough for me for now, so I will put them away for a while, and I will think about if I want to do a label or not. So those are a little fall edition. And then this one's not really like a finish, but my grandma had a collection of Hummels. If you know, you know. Hummels were very popular. So we split up all the Hummels. Everybody got some. I got some. And then she had all these glass jars. She didn't have enough for all the Hummels. And we ended up selling most of them. But we had 2 of these that were broken. The glass had broken and she had taped on them. Taped them on. Thoughts. Everything is gone. I didn't want to throw them out because I figured I could do something with them. So I ended up gluing them back together with some E6000. It does look a little bit foggy. I do have to take some Goo Gone to the tape residue that was on here, and then some of the glue spread. So it's not completely done, but I do just want to clean it up a little bit. But what I think would be cool is after I clean it all up, if I put like a little winter or Christmas scene in here, I could put some paper, some decorative paper in the back to kind of like add a little distraction to the crack in it. And then I was thinking maybe like a little deer or something, a tree, something like that to go in there, and some fake snow. I have some fake snow, so I do want to use that up. But I'm just thinking like some kind of little wintry Christmas scene. I think that would look really cute in there. And then it gives it a little life to it, so instead of going to the garbage. So that's what I'm thinking for that. It's technically not a finish, but it was something that had to get done and had been sitting in my box forever. Okay. And then I do have one more thing. This is not a finish, but I might as well show it now. The Super Bowl was yesterday, and my mom had gotten this, it was a circle sandwich kind of thing, and then it had this little ring in it, and then a little thing that said which Super Bowl it was or something like that. I love these things. I don't like football, first of all. So what am I going to do with this, of course? But if you have like, if you do like Easter cupcakes, like sometimes when you go to the store, they have like cupcakes with little ring pops in them, or little picks or something like that. I always save them because you never know if something might come up. But I was thinking, if I ever do like a football piece or something like that, I could just chop off the ring part and then just glue it on. Actually, I completely forgot about this. So this is a pattern by, what is it? Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. And this snowflake here was a ring pop that was in a cupcake set. I did not take the ring pop off. Ring pop, not a ring pop. A ring, just a ring. I did not take the ring part off of it, and I just shoved it on this little greenery, and it adds a lot. So I think that would turn out really good, and I like doing that with those little pieces like that. And you could just add them to your stitching, and it's free, really free. It's gonna go in the garbage anyway, so you might as well give it another life. And that's what I plan on doing, something like that with the football, if I ever stitch anything football related. That's what I would do. But I will put this, I have a box of all this kind of stuff, and I collect this kind of stuff from all the different places that I go, and I keep these things in there. So you never know when you're gonna need this. Just a little tip. Okay, those are my previous finishes, not previous finishes, non-stitching finishes. And I do have some previous finishes. So I forgot about these. I've had them on display in my basement on a bookshelf that I never go in, and it never gets seen, so I figured I might as well bring them up and try to do something with them. I stitched these back when I was learning how to stitch, and I absolutely loved them when I stitched them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7. My aunt used to stitch, and she was getting rid of all of her stuff. She didn't stitch anymore, so she had given this to me. It has to be at least 15 years ago. I couldn't find a date on them, but they're from Needle Magic Ink. And I don't know, they're just named after what they are, I guess. But they were these little kits, and they had everything in them, and they finished it into this little potpourri bag. No potpourri came with it, but I stuffed them with my own stuff. But there are 7 of these, and I did all of them back to back. So the first one I did, and this is the only way I know, was the Salt 100 pounds course C. This is the first one I did, and I know that because I did fill it with potpourri, and all the rest I put stuffing in. I decided I didn't like how crunchy and stiff it was, so I did the rest in just regular stuffing. These are on 14 count. It's like, it doesn't say, it's just an Aida, but it looks like a little, I don't know what you would call it. But I can't remember if they came stitched on the side or if I had to stitch them. I can't quite remember, but I did have to stitch the top and the bottom closed. And then I did, of course, all the stitching in the middle. So there's the Salt. There's also Horse Valley Feed 100 pounds and Supply Co. Super cute. There's Old Mill Flower. I love that one. It's probably one of my favorites. Then there is Whole Black Pepper Bell Brand. And Coffee Grind Blend. I like the blue in that one. It's very bright. And then we have Sugar Pure Cane 25 pounds Lil Sweetie brand. She's cute. And the last one is Chickadee Birdseed 25 pounds. I love those little chickies. Cute. So I'm hoping to actually use these in a display now because they have been just sitting on a bookshelf. I never put them away. I didn't know what to do with them, so I did just shove them on a bookshelf. But I'm happy to put them out for maybe this summer. I'm not sure, but I would love to put them out on display instead of just in the basement. So those are my previous finishes, but I did want to show you my whole all piled up monthly series all together, since it is now complete. Stay tuned for that for a later video, but I did want to show you the whole series since I have it all done now. And I did want to say, because another reason I am bringing this up is if you go to, if you're anywhere near Strongsville, Ohio, there is a needle workshop called Just Stitching Inc. And Shelly is the owner. And currently she is the only shop that has all 12 of these patterns in paper form. I'm releasing all of them throughout the year. I have from September to March, backwards, all released in paper form, and I will release April, May, June, July, and August throughout the rest of the year. So if you do want to get all 12 patterns, you either have to get my PDF version on my Etsy, or you can contact Shelly. She's on Instagram and Facebook. I don't think she has a website, but you can contact her either there or there. You can call the shop. I had a question about this, so that's why I'm bringing it up. If you want to get all 12. Otherwise, you can only get September to March in paper form from other local needle workshops. So I'm going to show you the whole series. I'll show you first February while it's still on the board. I'm only going to show you the actual stitching because I don't feel like pulling all the bows out, but it finishes onto this board, and then all of them, for mine at least, have a bow that goes with it. So I will show you them in order. We have January Snowflakes, February Hearts. They're all stitched on 14 count fabric that I dyed myself. Then we have March Shamrocks. This is one of my favorites. I love this one. Then we have April Showers and May Flowers. I like this one. This is really colorful. Then we have June Strawberries. This one might be my favorite. I think it was my favorite when I made it, and as I stitched it, I said this is going to be my favorite, and it is still my favorite. Then we have July Ice Cream and August Watermelon. This is also a favorite. I like all the watermelon. And September Leaves. I really like the colors on this one. I think they really pop. And, oops, losing my bow. October Pumpkins. And November Acorns. And last but not least, December Pine Trees. So all of these are done on 2 boards of cardboard with the stitching and the fabric on the back, and they all have magnets, and I have little arrows telling me, this one actually doesn't have it, little arrows telling me which way is up, so I know. So I will keep February hearts out for February and Valentine's Day. And if you are interested in more of this series, definitely stay tuned for the summertime, I believe, around the summertime. So this is got fuzzies everywhere. February hearts in the All Piled Up series. So like I said, if you do want the whole series, you can go to my Etsy or you can contact Shelly at Just Stitching. So next is whips. I don't have a lot of whips because I was really focused on finishing the Buzz of the Bees pattern, and I wasn't able to stitch too much the past 2 weeks because my hands were killing me. But I did want to get that one done. So model stitches, I was working on a really big model and I finally got that one done, and then I moved on to the little pillows that go with it. I'm super excited about this release. Hopefully the end of February, somewhere around the beginning of March, sometime around there. I'm super excited for that release, so stay tuned for that. My phone keeps going off. And then I finished those this morning. I finished the little ones, and then I moved on to a St. Patrick's Day piece that I will probably only be releasing in my Etsy shop as a PDF. Because it's just so small, but a little quick peek at that one. I'm really liking the way this one is turning out. I think it's really cool. So that's my model. And then I pulled out, after I finished Buzz of the Bees, I pulled out this freebie by Lindy Stitches called Weekend Bliss, just flashing it. And this is where I'm at. This is a 14 count fabric that I dyed myself, but it's on that really plasticky fabric, so it does look a little bit shiny. But I really like the way the dyeing came out on this, but you can see it much better in the camera. It doesn't look as pronounced in person. I'm almost done with it. I did the W, the E, and then I started on Bliss. I can't decide what I want to do with this one. So I can't decide first if I want the border or not. You can kind of see the border there a little bit. Can't decide if I want it because it's really heavy and it's a lot of stitching, and I don't know if I want to do that much stitching. I just kind of want to get this one done. And then I also can't decide if I want to make it into a pillow to put on my bookshelf, or if I want to frame it in a square frame and put it on my wall. I really can't decide. I feel like if I do one, I can't remember. It was like, if I do the frame, I have to do the border, or if I do the pillow, I have to do the border. I don't know. I can't remember what I was deciding. What are your thoughts? What do you think I should do with this? Because I really wanted to do it as a pillow for my bookshelf, but I have a lot of little pillows on my bookshelf. So, and like a lot of other little things. So it's not really needed on my bookshelf. If I put it on the wall, then I can see it more. But then I do have to find a square frame for this because my margins are a little bit tight. So I'm really not sure. What are your thoughts? Let me know what you're thinking. I really can't decide. So border or not, and pillow or framed. What would you do with it? I'm not sure. I can't decide. Okay, so this might end up being like a project that sits in my finished bin for a while. So I'm not sure yet. I really want to at least finish stitching Bliss, and then I can decide on that later. I might look for a frame maybe when I go to Michael's, see if they have anything square. Otherwise, I'm going to have to order something online, I think. So I'm not sure. Let me know down below what you would do. Okay. And then the next whip is a bit of haul. Oops. Might have accidentally started something new. My goal in the last video was get a lot of things done, and I want to get a lot of things off my whip list. That is still my goal. I want to get my whip list down. I had already started that Weekend Bliss piece in the new year, so I already added one more whip to my year, and then I got the latest Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is my haul, Just Cross Stitch magazine, and I was looking through it and I found let's see where it is. This one was a little hit or miss for me. A lot of really pretty pieces, but not a lot that I actually wanted to stitch. And I was gonna usually put sticky notes in here to show myself and to show you guys what I want to stitch, but I forgot to do that. Okay. So I did find this piece. It is the 2025 stitch along piece, and I just like, I had it propped up on the couch, and I was laying on the couch and just looking at it, and I just kept looking at it, and I was reading through everything, and I just could not turn the page because I was just in awe of how pretty it was. So I decided then and there I had to start stitching it. So this is Nature's Journey Spring by Sprouting Lupine, and this is the pattern. So because it is the 2025 stitch along, it is being released in 4 different parts. So there is spring, summer, fall, and winter. So in each section, it is corresponding to each different season. And this is the spring part. It is just gorgeous. Like, I love that snail and all the flowers and the mushrooms and the bees. It's just so pretty. And the little eggs in the basket. It's just gorgeous. And then if you look over here, you can see there's the frog and the caterpillar. And then the cardinal down here. Like, it's just gorgeous. And I love nature. And I fell in love with this piece immediately, and I knew I had to stitch it. I'm not really good with stitch alongs, so I don't think I'm gonna probably keep up with it, but it's gorgeous, and I really wanted to stitch it. And then I was just picturing it hanging up in a frame on my wall, and I'm like, okay, I just have to stitch it, right? Look how many flosses there are, though. There's like 30 something flosses. So I went through my stash, and I tried to see how many I had. I don't know if I was just hitting the camera, I'm sorry. I was looking through to see how many I had from all my different projects. I wrote down which project bag each one was in, and then I have 14 flosses that I still need to get. So let me show you where I got. I had to cut a piece of fabric, and then I coffee tea dyed it so that it would, it goes this way, that it would go good with it. So this is where I'm at. I started the moth in the middle. Let's see. I started in the middle here. So I am a middle starter. I'm not a corner starter. So I did want to try to get to the middle as much as I could. And then each one has a moth that corresponds to each holiday season as well. So I started down here in the little corner with this moth, and that's where I got. So I was filling in all the green, and there's one color in here that I don't have that I have to get, so I couldn't finish it anyway. But I did get a lot stitched. This is on 18 count fabric, and I'm trying to do the called for because they are gorgeous, and I want to do all the called fors. So that is where I'm at on my new start. Not that I needed a new start, but that's where it is. And while we're on the magazine, there was one other piece in here that I wanted to show you. And you're going to think that is very opposite to what I normally do. Also, side note, really want to stitch this series too as well. It is gorgeous. The one that I saw that was not really something that's like me is called Spring Morning by Tranquility Designs. It is this set of 9 little scenes, I guess. They have a picture here. You can stitch them individually as well, which is normally what I would do. But I was looking at this and I thought, wouldn't it be really pretty if this is like the mantle over a fireplace, and if I stitch them all together in a line, I think that would look really pretty as well. It's really gorgeous. I like the bee skep and the bunny and the duck up here. I thought they were really pretty. So like they're on they have a little piece at the bottom here, and then they have this white section. So I was thinking it'd be really pretty if I could stitch them all in one long line and like maybe do a pillow with it or something. Definitely not me. I normally would split this all up into individuals. But I thought that looked really pretty. So I might add this to my Whip Mania for May, but I'm not sure yet. So I just thought that was really pretty, and definitely not something I would normally do, but it's definitely an idea that I could try. And they're really small, so I feel like they would get done pretty quickly too. So that was part of my haul. and my new start. Next, we have the rest of my haul. I needed to buy fabric for the Easter new release that I have that I told you about. That's going to be coming at the end of the month or the beginning of next month. I had to get some fabric for backing pieces, and I ordered this from Joann's. Rip Joann's because they're going out of business. But this is really good fabric and I really liked it. And it matches perfectly. The pink is a perfect match to the color that I chose, so I couldn't pass it up. I ordered it online, and it was such a gamble because you have to buy two yards of fabric. They can't just give you 1 yard, which is so annoying. But it like is a perfect match for the pink, and it's gonna be work perfectly for it. So I was super excited about that. And then because I couldn't just get one thing of fabric, I was looking in their fat quarter section that has like they're really cheap fat quarters, and I found this one. So this is gonna be for my St. Patrick's Day release, and it's just a simple green. And then I found this. Look at the little mouse and the strawberries. Oh my gosh. And then there's some flowers. Like, they're so pretty. I could not pass that up. It was like $2 and it was just perfect. I will definitely use this for something because it is just so cute. So I had to get that. That is all my haul, I believe. Next I have a little housekeeping, I guess. I started an email newsletter. If you're interested in getting all the news about my designs and everything, if you go to my blog, I will link that down below as well. It's usually always linked, or if you go to my Instagram, it is in my link tree as well. If you just scroll down a little bit on the side, on the right side, it'll say newsletter subscription. All you have to do is type in your email and you're entered, and you'll get an email saying you're in. And I'll just be sending out like maybe monthly newsletters just to give some information about my new releases, where you can get them, and links, and if I have any freebies, and if I'm doing any deals or anything, like coupon codes or something. Sometimes I'll do them where it's just for my subscription, my newsletter subscription people. So there is a benefit to subscribing to my newsletter. It is just an email that comes like once a month or something, so it's not anything like a serious commitment, and you can unsubscribe at any point. Once you get an email, you can just scroll to the bottom and unsubscribe. It's not that bad. So if you're interested, you can click the link to my blog, which is down below, or go to my Instagram and you can join there as well. So that is available if anybody is interested. I'm super excited about that. Took a bit of setup, but I got it set up, so I'm excited and a little bit nervous about it, but I think it'll be good. Okay, and next is plans. Basically, I just want to finish my whips. I have a lot of whips, and I do want to do Whip Mania this year, so I have a lot of projects that I need to get done before then. My basket is overflowed into another basket, so I really need to get some things done. I also usually have a pair of scissors in every single whip, so I don't have enough scissors to go for a next Whip Mania. Last year was my first Whip Mania, and I did 16 new starts, so I did one every other day. It was super fun, and that's pretty much how I got all of my whips. I finished a lot of them, but I still have a lot left that I have to do as well. So I need to get them done. What was I gonna say? I was thinking for my Whip Mania this year, maybe I would do a lot of small pieces, and maybe possibly a focus on free patterns, because I have 2 binderfuls of free patterns that I've printed out over the past couple years, that pretty much just sit in my binders on my bookshelf, and I don't do anything with them too much. So except for Christmas is when I usually get all my all my free patterns out, but I do want to do more of those, and I want to get a lot of them done. So I was almost gonna start stitching out a couple of them already because I was just really excited, but I do need to get some of my whips done. Definitely the whip, this one, Weekend Bliss. I definitely want to get that one done at least at least the word bliss, and then I can decide if I want the border later. So this is at the top of my list to get done. And then I can't decide if I want to try to pull out another bigger piece because I want to get things done, but I'm not going to get them done if I'm just working on big pieces. But if I don't work on the big pieces, they're not going to get done. Do you know? Like, it's a problem, and I'm not really sure what I want to do. So I'm like running the high of finishing Buzz of the Bees. So I do want to get like more finishes done like quickly, and I do have a lot of small finishes. Like, would that be cheating if I just worked on a whole bunch of small pieces and technically they're finishes and they're gone out of my whip bag, but then I just have a lot of big projects left to work on? Is that weird? I don't know. Maybe it's okay because I can't just work on big projects. I don't know. What do you guys do? Do you have like this kind of problem? I don't know. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. But I might just pull out some small pieces just to get some things done, just to feel better about actually getting progress on some stuff. And I might pull out a couple bigger pieces to get some progress done on them as well. I don't know, because I have a lot of series that are whips as well, like the Santa one, and I have little Halloween figures too. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. You'll see in 2 weeks. It won't be your problem. It'll be my problem that I have to figure out in the next 2 weeks. I don't know. Okay. But my plan is to get things done, basically. I guess technically I'm getting things done if I stitch on them, right? I don't know. Anyway, only thing is left is life updates. I was trying to figure out what kind of life updates I had, and I didn't really think of anything. And then all of a sudden I had 4 things on my list. So I've been working on a lot of these little projects, like I said, like these little jars. One day I'll have to show you. It's a bit complicated, but if you could follow this, my mom's cousin has a wife, and that wife's mom passed away a couple years ago, and she was really into needlepoint and embroidery and some cross stitch, and she had a whole bunch of projects from like the 90s and the 2000s. There were older projects that some she had started, some that were brand new, basically in the bag. And the daughter of that mom that passed away, reached out to my cousin and I, who she knew does a lot of stitching and stuff. So she reached out to us and gave us an entire tote of patterns and everything, and kits and everything. So my cousin and I went through it. Whatever we didn't want, we decided that we were just gonna, we don't know anybody else who does stitching, so we de-kitted everything. We kept all the fabric, but we did not keep all the patterns because they were patterns that were like really big and we just didn't want to work on them. So we got rid of those, split up all the floss in them, and then split up all the fabric, and then all the projects. I decided that I was gonna try embroidery. I think some of it's crewel embroidery. I've never embroidered before, but I decided that I would try it, and so I got like an entire basket full of projects that I have to do. So maybe I'll get that tote out one day and show you all the projects that I have that are not cross stitch related, that are set to get done one day. I don't know. So I'm trying to work that down a little bit. These were in that basket. None of the rest was. That was in a closet instead, not the basket. So just trying to get things done, trying not to have a lot of half done or just ideas laying around. I want to try to clean things out and get things done. I really wanted all these things to do something with them, so it was good to get projects done. So I have been working on that. The other thing I've been working on is my gardening. So I really love to garden in the summertime. Every year I've been scaling up a little bit more. I have an in-ground garden that is at my mom's house here, and we have been gardening in it ever since I was born, pretty much. So I've been gardening my whole life. Usually she used to just do sunflowers at the back of the garden, tomatoes and cucumbers, and sometimes she would throw in a couple little extra things. But that's basically what we always used to do. And every year since I've gotten into gardening, I've kind of scaled up a little bit more, tried a couple little different things. Last year I had the entire deck was basically a garden. We had pots everywhere. I had like something like 30 tomato plants in pots because in the garden the seeds fell and then the plants started growing, so I kept them and put them all in pots. I have a flower bed and a whole bunch of flower pots, and I just really go crazy decorating with all the flowers and everything. So I'm really kind of looking forward to that this year. But it is still wintertime. I'm trying to be present in the winter. That's something I'm trying to work on, trying to be present in the season. And I really do love winter. I love the snow, so I'm trying not to think ahead to the next season. But I'm on TikTok and I keep seeing all these people like, it's like 80 degrees outside and I put all my plants outside. And I'm like, I don't even have seeds. So I'm really jealous of everybody who is in the South and you can go outside and be warm and wear t-shirts and put all your plants outside and have all your little seeds, and I'm jealous. We didn't even have seeds being sold in the stores yet, so I really wanted to go. I told my mom, said the only thing I want to do, which was last weekend, I said the only thing I want to do this weekend is I want to go to Tractor Supply and I want to look through all the seeds and I want to find which seeds I want to do this year. And we went and they didn't have any seeds. It was too early for them, so we ended up going to Lowe's, which was like a 20 extra minutes away. And we found seeds, and I got a whole stack of seeds, and I'm super excited about all of them. I still want to get a couple more because I don't know how to stop. So I'm just waiting until Tractor Supply gets their seeds, and then I can get a couple more seeds. I'm doing some vegetables. I'm doing a lot of flowers that I haven't tried before. I'm on the side of TikTok that shows all these people who have cut flower farms, and I think that's absolutely gorgeous, and I just want to have flowers that I can enjoy. I don't want to sell them, I just want to enjoy them myself. So once it gets to March, that's about when we can start planting our seeds inside, not even outside. We can't plant outside until usually around Mother's Day. That is about our last frost date, so I have a ways to go, and I have to wait until March to plant all my flower seeds and vegetable seeds and everything. I'm trying onions this year, which is very exciting. Okay, that might be enough gardening. I hope I didn't bore all of you, but bringing it back to stitching, since I do a lot of gardening, I thought it would be interesting this year to do some gardening themed stitching as well. So if you have any suggestions on gardening themed like vegetables and flowers themed stitching, let me know, because I am starting to look for some. So that is my seeds, and on the same topic, I just forgot. I have started to make planter boxes again. Last year I made a planter box out of an old pallet that we had. I took the whole thing apart and made everything by hand. I cut all the wood by hand and nailed everything in it, and the planter box was really great. I was actually able to plant carrots this year because our ground is incredibly rocky. We joke that the only thing that we can grow in the fields here is rocks. So we cannot grow carrots or anything that really needs to go into the ground really well. You dig a hole here and you go two inches at the most into the ground and you hit a rock. It's very surprising every time, you know. So having above ground planter boxes is really helpful for a lot of different kinds of plants like carrots. So the planter box was really good and I really want to have some more. So I got a whole bunch of pallets from the farm, and I've been taking them apart because the new owners don't need them anymore. So I've been working on that every day. I go out and I just kind of like hammer a couple nails in and cut a little piece of boards and stuff. So I've been working on it for a while. So that's another thing that I've been working on. And off of plants now because I don't want to bore everybody. The Super Bowl was yesterday. I'm not into football, like I said, and I just watched the the halftime show, and then I turned it off, and then I pretty much went to bed after that. I was stitching a little bit and I was watching TikTok, and I did not care about the football at all. So no thank you for me. But we did get some snow over the weekend. So we have not had snow for like a lot of snow. We usually get a lot of snow, and we have not had a lot of snow this year, so it was nice to get a little bit. We only got like 3 to 5 inches, depended on where you measured. Excuse me. So it was really nice to get some snow. This week we're supposed to get a couple more storms, and it is very exciting that it's finally back. So I love the snow, and I love everything about the snow, so I'm super excited about this. So that is about all that I have to tell you guys. I'm kind of going long today. Sorry, I rambled a little bit. That's why I put the life updates at the end, because I end up rambling a little bit afterwards. But I will let you all go, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.